As world leaders have gathered for United Nations Climate Change Conference, we are talking to Thaely's CEO, Ashay Bhave. Thaely is a company that produces sneakers out of plastic. A very warm welcome, Ashay, on NDTV. I'm Arun Singh, and my first question has to be, where did this thought really come from? We know Thaely is a Hindi word for a plastic bag. How did this thought really come into your head?
Thanks for having me. So the inception of the idea was, it was first a design project. It was never planned to be a, full-fledged business. The main goal was to find a solution to the problem of waste. We use about 1 trillion plastic bags each year worldwide. And that's about 300 bags per person every year, which is just a huge amount. And there is no real way of recycling plastic bags. So they don't have any monetary value, so nobody collects them. So I really thought there needs to be a way to recycle them, because you can't always rely on governments and other agencies to clear up after you.
All of us have to work together, and it's very important for the young brigade to actually volunteer for causes like these, the ones that you have also been a part of. If I may ask, how old are you, Ashay?
I'm 23 at the moment.
Wow, and you run a company which is producing sneakers. Are you a sneakerhead personally?
Yes, I've been a huge sneakerhead all my life.
Okay, so take us through the process of what really goes into the making of a Thaely shoes.
Sure. So the first step that happens in Gurgaon. So we've tied up with the waste management service called TravelTap. They go to homes and offices and housing complexes, and they collect all kinds of waste. So they collect about 7,000 tons of waste every month, and that then goes to their waste management unit. And then from there, the plastic bags are segregated for us. They're sanitized, and right at their unit, we have another unit that processes the fabric Thaely text for us. That's made entirely out of waste plastic bags. The sanitized bags are then cut into sheets and then fused with basically our specialized machinery. And then, we have a leather-like fabric that is then shipped to our shoe factory in Jalandhar. And that's where the shoe, the entire shoe is finally constructed.
And I was also going through the process of making on your website as well. And it says you use 100% vegan glue. I mean, every single thing that you use is very consciously derived into the process. Tell us about that, about the glue that you use.
Yeah, so, we didn't want to cut any corners. If we're not using any animal products for our materials, we wouldn't want to use any animal products in our glues, because very often certain companies use glue that's made from animal bones and cartilage, and the vegan market is of course very huge for us, and it ensures that we're ethical and we're sustainable. We're also now PETA approved vegan. And yeah, we wanted to think of every aspect of the shoe, everything from glue to packaging.
And what does your product lineup really look like, Ashay?
So at the moment we have 3 colorways that we launched with. So we have all white sneaker, white and blue, white and brown. We've already started pre-order for our all black sneaker, which is going to launch and ship next month.
Right. And in the end, I also want to talk about the packaging of your shoes. That's also been thoughtfully done. If you can take us through that as well. The boxes and the bag that you use.
Most high-end shoes, you get them with a dust bag that can be made with nylon or cotton. But the problem with dust bags is that you can't really do much with them after you get the shoe. You're not really going to use them unless you're traveling. So what we wanted to do was to give users a reusable shopping tote that they can use for their shopping, or also to store the shoes. And what we did was we also made the shopping tote from 4 plastic bottles, so it's recycled again. And as for the box, we're using recycled paper. It's got basil seeds embedded in the box and is dyed with waste coffee grounds. So It means that once you receive the shoe box, you can cut it up and you can plant it, and you'll have a basil plant in about 10-15 days. You know, there's this misconception that sustainable products are always more expensive, but that's not always the case. You know, there's always more affordable.
Okay, how much can one buy Thaely shoes for?
Thaely shoes are 7,000 rupees.
Thank you so very much. It was a great time with you, Ashay. Thanks for sharing insights of your business. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
With this, we've come to an end of this video. This is Arun Singh for NDTV.